so we begin another week. This week we're going to focus on an area of your body that we call your core. Now sometimes people think when we exercise the core, we're only exercising the abdominals, but this is a little bit of a misconception because the core is actually a gigantic belt that runs all the way around your midsection and goes from here down into your hips. The reason all of those muscles are considered your core is because having them strong and stable promotes better back health, more hip stability, better pelvic floor stability, stronger abs in general. So what we want to do is make sure we're working all those muscles through the core so that there isn't an inequity between those muscles, which can lead to injury or can lead to damage, things like that. So this week you're going to get a little bit of everything. We're going to start with the core muscles primarily in the back, but you're going to feel this in your belly a little bit too. This is an exercise called a pointer. What I need for you to do is set up in a tabletop or horse stance. What you'll notice is that my wrist, elbow, shoulder are in line, and my hip and knee are in line. From the front, you'll notice that these and these are also in line. So what we don't want is this. Make sure you're just a little bit wider. So here it is. Opposite arm, opposite leg. You're going to reach out long. You'll notice that my joints are loose like this. This one's my knee straight, elbow is straight, and then you're going to reverse. What I want you to avoid is reaching high. Think about reaching long instead of high. The other thing I want you to avoid is shifting your weight to make the exercise easier. Here's what that would look like. So I've shifted all my weight to this knee to make the exercise easier. Weight stays stable, reach, reach. One on each side. Count is one, right? Now I don't recommend you trying to do the same arm, same leg. If you want to give it a try, go ahead and do that. And then let us know how that goes for you, okay? So your second day takes a better look at the abdominals. It's called a crunch. Roll your hips all the way to the floor. Finger pad behind the ears. And then all you're going to do is lift your shoulders. I'm going to move this. Shoulder blades come up. This isn't a full sit-up. This is just the lifting of the shoulders. So most commonly, what happens here is people lace their fingers. That's a no-no because here's what happens. All right, chin is always off the chest. Gaze is right between the knees. Easy enough? So you got to get those in on day 2. Day 3 is an exercise called a full locust. We're going to focus on the back a little bit more. Now you've got choices here, right? So hands can be a pillow, and you can just work the leg. This is kind of like that pointer, where the object is to get really long, not to get high. So feel free to not lift as high as I just did. The goal is to keep the legs straight and actually pull the hips away. The second level of this exercise would be to use the arms simultaneously. Always thinking length, not height. That's a full locust for you. Spinal rotation. This is going to help with core health because we're working through some core mobility. Here's what it is. Making a T with your body. You're going to rotate your lower body to make a stair step with your legs. That means a 90-degree angle here and a 90-degree angle here. Right? Once you have that, I want you to look away from the side that your knees are on. So you're going to hold that for about 20 seconds. And then you're going to rotate to the other side. You're going to get to see the other angle here. 2 90-degree angles. And then try to keep the shoulders pasted to the floor. Sometimes my back's a little tight on this side, so I'll help a little by pulling that leg down. That's to your tolerance. That's not required. That's just something that helps me out occasionally. So next day is what we call a down dog to a plank. I'm going to roll this up a little bit because I don't like to put my feet on my mat. So back to that horse stance or that tabletop. You're going to turn your toes under, and then you're going to lift your hips into an upside down V, and then you're going to come forward with your shoulders above your wrists. Butt is not in the air, and then go back, and then come forward. Now the goal here, when you pull up, is to engage the abdomen as well as the muscles in the lower back, but also to get a little bit of stretch on the hamstring. When So that's your next day. Here's an option for you. You can always come from your knees forward to a plank and then roll back and lift up. Back to your knees, forward, and then roll back and lift your toes. This is all about you and what you need, so make sure to take the options, and if I don't give you one that works for you, shoot me a message, I'll take care of you. Last exercise for your core is one I call fingers to toes. So you're going to want your hands to be that pillow, and what I'd like for you to try to do is reach behind and give a tap. Now, the whole time your head should be facing the floor. You might not get that full reach today, but the idea is to get there a little bit more each time. Working across spine like this really builds some stability and some strength in an X pattern on your spine, which is great for protecting that long term. So, as always, if you have questions, need additional options, something just doesn't work for you, shoot me a message via email, find me on Facebook, do whatever you need. I want to take care of you. Have a good week.